Go and bring that wife and come. Let me know what you people are planning.
I have brought her now.
So where is the wife?
That is the wife. Hello?
Stay there. Mama! You went and invoked Odonigu for me. For me! Mama, you went to invoke Odonigu.
Huh? Don't you know her?
I know the oracle. Who doesn't know you, both in spirit world and in physical world? Everybody knows Odonigu.
Don't mind him. So I love you. And I've been waiting for you.
No dating apps. Dating apps are typically for creeps or men who want sex. That's what dating apps are for. Dating apps for women, most of the time, I'm not saying always the case, but women who are insecure about their looks, they know they need to work on things, or they just want someone they can talk to because they're scared to meet in person, but they want an emotional support pad. That's what dating apps are for women. You're looking for someone you can talk to real quick, hopefully accepts you for you, because in your day-to-day life, maybe you're not attracting anyone. For men, he's looking for a quick hit, quick hitty, quick. But, you know, then we have the needles in a haystack where people do look good. Or if you're a woman and you do look good, you might be looking for a sugar daddy. Or you're looking for a quick, you know, like, that's what you're on there for. If you're a woman, you're looking for like a guy who could pay da-da-da. So that's typically what it is for the ladies, and for the men, that's typically what it is.
Men don't marry the love of their life. That's something that women do. Men marry the woman who is there when they're ready. This one's gonna sting, but let's be honest. Men don't marry for magic. They marry for timing. Women fall when it feels right. Men commit when it makes the most sense. I'm not saying that we don't love deep. We just don't lock in until our foundation is built. Because real men know that love without foundation is a liability. You could be the perfect woman, soft, supportive, and aligned in every way. But if he's 24 years old, broke, and still figuring himself out, he's not choosing forever. He's choosing survival. That's why he circles back when he's 34. More stable, more sure, and suddenly she's the one. It was never her to begin with. It was him. His readiness, his clarity, and his nervous system finally saying, I can carry this. So if you're waiting for a man to wake up, you might be mistaking chemistry for capacity. Because men don't marry the love of their life. They marry when their life can hold love and everything that comes with it.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video. And modern women don't understand that men are going to get tired. They're going to be exhausted of trying to hold up your idea of a lifestyle. And you're not even contributing to your own ideal life. That you have this thought in your head and you don't even contribute to it. I'm not going to keep on.
Something my female clients just cannot stand is having to actually be in their masculine. When a woman is in her divine feminine, she feels she's in that safe place. She can have that princess treatment. She is a goddess. She feels protected and so loved. Because of that, if she's in a relationship with this guy, if he's in his divine masculine, he feels powerful. He feels good. He knows he can take care. And together, it would be very hard to not be in that place. If you truly are in your divine masculine energy or your divine feminine energy, you're going to feel good. Like life itself will flow so much better. And I feel something right now that is going on, you could say in the matrix, in a sense, where those energies are all mixed up.
Yin and yang, right?
Yeah.
They've done studies on this too with like breadwinners of the home. And if the female is the breadwinner, actually the divorce rates are higher.
Yeah, 100%.
And I always thought it was just a money thing. But when you look deeper into it on a spiritual level with these energies, it makes sense.
So true, 100%. I have never met a woman that didn't want her man to put effort in, to be a powerhouse.
These men are starting to realize, really honestly and truly, they've realized for a long time, but modern women keep on trying to gaslight men to say, well, you know, this is how I live, this is my life. If I'm doing this, then I want a man to do X, Y, and Z. Well, that's your Instagram life. That's your TikTok life. That's the type of stuff that you do online. That's not how you really live. You're really broke. And I'm not going to be funding your lifestyle.
And for those reasons, I'm breaking up with you. Okay. What do you think about that? I appreciate you letting me know. I'm not your person, and that's okay. You're not going to say anything? No, I'm not going to say anything because then it would appear that I'm trying to convince you to be with me. What about the reasons I want to break up with you? It really doesn't matter what reason you gave for wanting to break up with me. You don't even owe me a reason. The point is you don't want to be with me. That's it. Yep, that's it. I would have been happy to have a conversation with you about the experiences you felt like you were having to make the relationship better, but you already decided you don't want a relationship with me. I'm not going to be in a situation with my partner that expects me to grovel or beg. And I definitely don't want to be with someone who ends things so casually and easily to make a point or get a reaction out of me. I deserve a relationship built off mutual respect and commitment.
I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes men really disgust me
and sometimes some women's actions really embarrass me. But go on.
Because why did I just see a girl standing with her boyfriend outside of the car to put gas? Like they were together putting gas.
Really is quite amazing how some women are always in other people's relationship business when they don't seem to be in one of their own.
First of all, the guy's putting the gas, so like why the is the girl outside?
What exactly are they complaining about now?
I bet that guy trips his girlfriend and is like, I always have to get out and put the gas, so she like got out with him. Because why the are you standing outside in the cold with him to put gas? Just stay in the car.
It's really quite amazing. Some women will actually make up little scenarios in their own mind so that they can find a way to be offended so that they can make a video about it.
Unless it's even worse and she got out because she paid for the gas. I don't know, I didn't see, guys, but I don't think I've ever gotten out of the car to put gas with someone, like alongside someone. Like if you're putting the gas, there's no need for me to get out. What the is that?
I don't get how some individuals get so offended over what other people are doing, minding their own business. But at the end of the day, my theory is that the couple just looked too happy, and that just upset someone.
So you have to really look at it from the standpoint, the vantage point of the man on the first date. He's going to drive, he's going to pay, he's going to have to do a reminder, I text you, I'm coming, I text you this, text you that, I'm going to have to pick the restaurant. And really, honestly and truly, these modern women are doing nothing. He's carrying the entire load. And they continue to say, well, I'm doing it because X, Y, and Z. You're going to want a man to continue to do this. Basically, you want a man to continue to carry the load throughout the relationship.
All they want to do to you is fuck. Fuck.
So many women in the comments agree with it, but it's crazy because if you ask them what they bring to the table, they'll say, I am the table. So that's literally all they want to offer, and they mad that's all you want, like you got any other option. Why do you think inside of a relationship they try to use this leverage? Because that's what they bring to the table, and they can't give you too much of it, otherwise they'll lose that leverage. That's why the will get on his birthday and holidays if he's a dummy. Or how about the fact that I'm 35, and even though I don't want to get married no more, I used to always want to. But imagine when the whole time all I was doing is just have. Because you can think a relationship is real, but it's not. They can think they better than you, but it don't matter. You just gave me this whole time. We ain't have to do all that extra shit. So it ain't a problem when that's all they want. It's not a problem when they cheating on you and that nigga on the side just want that. It's like when you they boyfriend or husband, they just gotta treat you the worst. They gotta figure out a reason to make you look like the enemy. Subscribe to my YouTube, Planet Reality.
A lot of men are seeing and understanding that the woman that they see on the profile isn't near the woman that they meet in real life, or it can even be vice versa. The point is, the modern woman that you're seeing, that you're meeting, that you're coming face to face with is totally different from who she is around everybody else. And everybody else, she's, doing great, fantastic person, the life of the party. But once you get her alone, just you and her, she's a total nightmare.
Seriously? Why are you sleeping in the car?
I need some rest.
So why wouldn't you come inside?
I can't rest in here.
Is your life that terrible that you need to be in the car? For an hour you've been out here?
It looks like it.
Do you want me to bring you something?
Peace and quiet.
Well, I'm gonna come and sit next to you.
No.
Did you just lock the door? Open the door.
This is a man that is visibly asking and begging for peace and quiet, and what do? You go and bother him more. You berate him. Oh, girl, at this point, I would absolutely step back and reevaluate what you're doing inside that home to cause him to feel this way. And do not blame it on him. Do not make this a him problem, because this is a very obvious way in which a man is shutting down. He's trying to just get bits and pieces and capture those bits and pieces of peace and quiet when he can. And that includes some time in his car before he walks inside. That is a huge indicator that he is really coping at this point. And the best thing to do for that man, if you really care about him, is to get to the bottom of it. And that is not through a bunch of questions. You need to look within and see what you can work on yourself and address that.
If you're coming to me emotional about something that's happening, I can't date you, bro. Like, if you got a lot of feelings, like, you're going to need to go back to your mom.
Who wants to date a loser at
She can handle that.
He's crying, he's a loser. So he would bring certain concerns up and you would just be like, yo, get over it.
I can't I don't have the tolerance for that. So when you're too emotional or you're not used,
don't you want a man to be emotional?
How emotional are we talking?
That's what I'm saying. I don't want you crying to me about everything. No.
Fam, she's telling you
And that's
they don't want an
exactly
emotional man.
I don't care.
That's why a lot of
Like-
dudes don't come to y'all with their problems.
Do not open up.
When a dude comes to you with their problem,
If you're coming to me emotional about something that's happening, I can't date
Absolutely
you, bro. Like,
not.
if you got a lot of feelings, like, you're gonna need to go back to your
wants to
mom.
date a loser at
She can handle that.
but he's a vibe.
Because he's crying, he's the loser.
I ain't never seen my daddy cry. I ain't
Even
never
3
seen my
days
daddy
is a
cry.
little
No
too
crying.
much.
She don't want no crying.
Never
Okay,
seen my daddy
maybe.
cry.
Men do not cry. And you can't even cry too hard. There's no, it's not coming out.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna use it against. I'm gonna be like, bro, you was over there crying. That's
Oh my God. Oh my. This is why men hide their feelings, though.
A lot of these modern women don't understand that if I have to go to work and fight battles out there, why would I want to come home to you, nagging, complaining, and starting arguments with me? That's not gonna work. You know, oh well, he likes a toxic man or a toxic woman. That might be cute in the beginning because it's like a little flair, but now the joke is over. You need to stop doing that. Quit that.
Men don't want a strong, independent woman. They want a peaceful woman who chooses him, not battles him. This doesn't mean weakness. It doesn't mean silence. And it doesn't mean losing your identity. It means understanding the difference between partnership and competition. Many relationships today feel like two people constantly trying to prove who's right, who's stronger, who has the final say. But men aren't looking for a rival at home. The world already gives him enough battles, pressure, expectations, responsibility. What he hopes to find in his woman is peace. Someone who supports instead of challenges everything he says. Someone who respects his role instead of constantly questioning it. Someone who brings calm instead of conflict. A woman can be intelligent, capable, and successful while still creating peace in her relationship. Because real strength in a relationship isn't domination. It's emotional balance, mutual respect, and choosing harmony over ego. A peaceful woman doesn't weaken a man. She multiplies his strength. She becomes the reason he pushes harder for their future. I explain these dynamics deeply in my guides. Comment, mind, and I'll send them to you.
So when you look at it, the man's going to pay for most of the dates. You want the man to pay for your trips. You want the man to pay for your nails, your gym membership. The rent has got to be split 50-50 because you're independent, that sort of thing. So it's not really going to be a fair split. It's going to be okay. The only thing that I have to split, and really you don't even want that, is the rent. But all the other bills he pays, I just pay a little bit I'll pay the water bill so I can feel like I'm contributing.
A message to all men: don't talk to your girl about your problems.
Never ever tell a woman your problems.
I'm just saying, your girl can't help you. Women don't understand that we go through.
I don't care if she wants you to. She wants you to open up to her emotionally. She wants you to vent to her. All of this shit.
Last time I told a girl I was going through it, she said, "Aw, it's gonna be okay, baby."
It's a setup. I'm telling you now, it's a setup.
The last thing you do, and you should never do it, is trying to vent to your girlfriend about your problems, bro. Do not do it.
Nah, man. You can't speak to them females. They don't have the right receptors in the brain to comprehend masculine chaos.
Trust me, from experience, bro, it's the worst decision I've ever done in my life, and I would never do it again.
Any time in my life when I was young and I was dealing with women in a relationship or just dating, anytime I ever opened up to them, told them my problems, it always backfired.
You're going through male problems, broski. Go speak to other men who have been through and can emphasize and relate to the situation that you're going through. Give you some real advice.
Reject it. Don't do it.
My brother, you got this. Stay strong. Love.
Control what you share.
You know, a lot of these modern women are out here making a statement. I'm strong and independent. I don't need no man. This and standing on top of the mountain, saying that type of stuff. Unfortunately, these types of statements don't fix cars at 11 o'clock at night. Unfortunately, these statements don't move furniture when you move up 3 flights of stairs. At some point in time, you need to throw that stupid statement out the window and get some sense about yourself.
What if we need to focus on clarity? that if I'm not getting what I need, it's because I wasn't clear. I thought men either didn't care what I needed or were actively withholding it. Men care so much about the people they love, what they need. And you letting him take care of you is a gift to him.
That was Allison Armstrong, a brilliant educator and author of the incredible book that will blow your mind called The Queen's Code. Can you explain the differences between men and women?
It's natural for them to do one thing at a time. Testosterone is shaping this committed state of mind, focused state of mind, a result, a destination, purpose. Our brains, estrogen does the opposite. I call it diffuse awareness. It creates connections between all the parts and every part.
Allison Armstrong has an original mind who's been studying men since 1991, offering simple partnership-based solutions to improve your communication and intimacy by honoring ourselves and others.
One of the biggest frustrations women have is trying to get men to answer a question. Just answer the question.
Now, I'm the type of guy that believes that men should provide, they should pay for dinner, open the door, and do all that good stuff. But I'm going to show you a video that explains why a lot of men today are splitting bills 50-50 and not being chivalrous. A lot of women have now developed this mentality that men are only for resources. All they're good for is for paying for things and for their time and for their attention rather than the love and the connection that you should be developing with a partner. So a lot of men are now trading off saying, guess what? We're not giving you our resources. We're viewing you as someone that's only good for getting laid. It's just this back and forth battle that we've been having going on in our society within dating where, for example, maybe a guy gives his everything to a woman. He's very noble, chivalrous, treats her extremely well, provides for her, and then she cheats on him or leaves him for some douchebag that she's now sleeping with or something like that. He gets his heart broken, and so now he's too afraid to open back up again, and then he starts using women just for sex. And the same thing happens in reverse. A good woman might appreciate and respect a man that she's with that treats her very poorly, then she gets cheated on or used or whatever. Her heart's broken, it's hardened now, and she's afraid to open back up. So now she just views guys as resources rather than actually allowing herself to fall in love. And then those two types of people end up hurting more people, and it's just this endless cycle. You know what they say, hurt people hurt people.
You know, I don't think it can be understated that guys have pretty much had enough. There's a lot of foolishness going on. There's a lot of women doing a lot of stuff. Just chock full of foolishness. And they're thinking, for some reason, that guys are okay with that. They're thinking that men are going to be like, oh yeah, yippee. I love this. I love the way that you're acting. Especially in front of my family and my friends. They know what type of man I am. They know what I stand for. My boss. It literally don't matter who I'm around. The people in my circle that I come in contact with on a regular basis, they know what I stand for. And to have you pulling up, acting a fool, really does a lot. And it goes a long way to ruin my credibility. But you can guess that most modern women don't care about that. They only care about themselves and what they get out of the deal.
I've reached this point in my life where the strong, independent woman phase is dying down, like slow dying down, like I'm tired. Okay? I've been going at it since I was 13 years old, whether that's being a full-time employee, a student, or a stay-at-home mom of 3 kids who were all homeschooled. Me, I'm tired. And I've reached this point in my life where I have to really listen to myself. I have to listen to my body, and my mental health is more important than trying to do it all on my own. And it's a lot, y'all. Like, trying to do this on your own is a lot, especially after going through a divorce and literally transitioning my life to being a single mom. It's a lot, okay? But I've reached this point in my life where I now have to start delegating things, okay? Get somebody else to do it. Get somebody else to clean my house weekly. Get somebody else to do my yard. Get somebody to do grocery shop for me. And I literally just don't have the time and the mental capacity anymore to continue trying to live about this image of being a strong, independent woman. I'm not. I am a damsel in distress. I need help. Save me. Please.
think modern women have to start understanding that you're not really the only one out here that has anything to lose. That's what a lot of these modern women do a lot of times, is they try to say things like, well, you know, it's not good to get married because I'm going to have to be a slave and a servant. And they go on describing all of the things, all of the terrible things that they have to come in contact with. Mind you, the man that they're with is paying all of their bills, pretty much. The man that they're with is paying for the dates. He's paying for a lot of the things that she wants, and she's still complaining. She's still complaining about what he isn't doing, what he'll never be, what he hasn't been thus far. Just completely ungrateful. At some point in time, you have to, I mean, y'all be in the mirror looking at positive affirmations. How come there's no positive affirmation to understand how to treat a man? You love yourself. You're beautiful. You is kind. You is strong. You is pretty. You is going to be nice today. You is going to be a good person. You is going to be respectful. How come y'all don't put that on y'all's mirror? How come y'all don't put that on y'all's list of affirmations? You is not going to be a jerk today.
Honestly, and I'm probably going to get eaten alive for saying this, I feel like a lot of women have forgotten their place. And we live in this inverted world. And I feel we got stuck in this whole feminism thing. Feminism is a scam. And now it's like trying to undo. It is. Feminism, I don't care what anybody says. Yes, we are equal in value, but we are not equal in traits. We are different. Men and women are different.
I agree with that.
And I'm so sick and tired of why are we fighting to be something that we're not? I am not a man. I will never be a man. And for those of you that make that decision, I love that for you. Period. But there are certain things that are just, y'all are stronger than we are. We are more detail oriented than you are. There are certain traits that we naturally got from God based on the gender that we are. And it's all based on survival. It's all based on human nature. And so I feel like a lot of women, not all women, but most women have forgotten their place.
Within themselves,
within the order of family, within the order, even like with God, you know, if you just want to start blanketing statements like, now this is the thing, if you are a masculine woman, that's fine, but stop acting like you're feminine. If you want to be a boss babe, I don't need no man, you go do you, boo, but stop teaching that that's the answer, because I'm sick and tired of this divide of the family. I'm sick and tired of now good men, like, and I'm listening to like stories, right? Good men are getting lazy in dating. They're getting lazy in the pursuit because women are making either everything too easy or they're too hands off. So now what's the point in even trying to date a woman when you're the man that you want me to be?
Why did you buy a wedding dress for me? I never told you we were going to get married. From the beginning, that was never going to happen. Why would you buy a wedding dress? What's that got to do with me? You bought a wedding dress?
I've never bought a wedding dress in my life, Jeremy. And I know you said you didn't want to get married. You also said that you were in, and then it was only me. And you know what? I thought that someday you would love me.
He told her from the start he never wanted to get married. This man did nothing wrong. Now, if he's like, oh yeah, I plan to get married, and then like made the promise to her specifically and then never followed through, that wouldn't be okay. But like, you don't bet on someone changing their mind when they were very clear from the beginning. If that's a deal breaker for you, you don't make him feel sorry for you. Instead, you find someone who wants to get married one day. You actually have a chance. And now she's like trying to guilt him into it. If a man says, I do not ever want to get married, and you agree and you continue the relationship, you're basically telling him you are okay with those terms. And of course the man's being made out to be like a bad guy or a monster or whatever, and he did nothing wrong.
There is a question about why young people aren't dating quite so much at the moment. A study showed that 86% of women say they want a man to make the first move. A different study said that 50% of men say that they're afraid of making the first move for being seen as creepy. Another study said that 20% of Gen Zers say that a man approaching a woman sometimes or always constitutes harassment. So you have a world in which women are scared of being approached, men are scared of doing the approaching. People will judge many men, at least 1 in 5 men that do that, as being harassers. But everybody understands that if the guys don't make the first move, nothing's going to happen. If guys do make the first move, they're scared of being Me Too'd. Girls are scared of being approached by guys that they don't know, but also still know that they need the guys to make the first move 86% of the time, because that's the percentage. I was like, isn't that interesting?
Men don't lack emotion. They're taught from a very young age and throughout their life that they are not allowed to show emotion. They are not allowed to share their feelings. They just need to suppress, push down, and move forward. So when you get a man that is willing to communicate his feelings with you and he is willing to share how he actually feels with you, and the minute that he starts doing this, you automatically say you're too feminine or you're too soft for me, or, you know, and you're just shutting down his emotions. You are just validating to him that he cannot be himself with you, and you are not the one for him. Because a true man that is able to be himself with you and share those emotions with you, communicate with you the way he sees that he wants to communicate with you, and he's willing to open up and be that person for you, and you shut it down, you immediately tell him that you are not the one. You are not the one. So if you have a man who is willing to share his feelings with you and share that emotional connection with you, and you shut it down, that's on you. That is on you. And don't expect that man to stay connected to you emotionally if you shut him down emotionally. So let me know in the comments what you think. Do you agree, disagree? Please like, share, and follow. Thank you.
You know, there's these young guys who are like, they're following the Andrew Tates of the world. They're following these like top influencers telling them how to treat women. And the guys are like, yeah, treat women like. Guys, you need us more than you. You do. The people who have the shortest life expectancy, single men. Yeah. Longest life expectancy, women who never got married. It's true, you need us. We're the ones taking care of you when you, okay? And if you have a wife, treat her well, because all she has to do when you have a heart attack is wait. Just saying, your life is in our hands. We create life, we can take it away.
But I just feel like, I don't know, you know, some women nowadays, they just want to feel secure. Women are just tired of being independent. You know,
Pop that shit. I want to hear
we
your
always
opinion.
doing that. Sometimes we want to feel like safe, be vulnerable and stuff like that. We can't do that sometimes because we just so used to being so strong. You know, hiding that. And acting
That sounds like a man. That's how we feel. We feel like being strong.
Well, in a relationship,
strong. No, wait. No, because that's what I'm saying. You listen, wait, before y'all get to let me get my point out. You saying why you gotta be strong for it. That's what you get the man for.
That's how you, but that's how some women are raised.
I understand that, but guess what? If you want better, right, you gotta change your ways. You gotta trust the man. A man can come in and be like, oh, I love out this
You
girl.
gotta lead first, though.
But yeah, what's leading?
Hold on.
No. Wait, designer, wait. What is leading? I want all y'all to elaborate that on y'all own way. What's leading? Tell me what leading is. Y'all not men. Y'all not men. So what's leading? I want to know.
Leading is guidance.
Then you tell me you don't know what you're talking about. You don't do no makeup.
If you can't be there when I need you to be there without me asking you to be there, then what are you here for? Period. What are you here for?
Why are men unable to be masculine these days? It's very simple. They believe when women say they want a man that loves her far more than she loves him, who will let her do whatever she wants, let her wear whatever she wants, let her talk to her ex, lets her do whatever she wants and pays every bill at the same time. But the truth is, the moment she meets a man who doesn't set boundaries, she loses all respect for him. She becomes frustrated that he lets her make all the decisions. She becomes frustrated that he shows no jealousy whatsoever. She becomes frustrated that he doesn't know how to stand up for himself, particularly when she has a family with him. Instead, what they truly want is a man with high self-esteem. And a man with high self-esteem will never love a woman far more than she loves him, will never pay a woman simply because she's a woman, but instead will pay and support her because she's loyal, she's loving, she's nurturing, and she's looking after the home. If she's not doing those things, he's not paying.
Boy, you did what a man's supposed to do. How you gonna feel bad about being a man? Most can't do that, nigga. My granddaddy built the house from Paul Lumber Woodyard from the ground up, stealing wood. A man is supposed to get he get after marriage, the family, they play on daddy.
OG, you say take the you've been saying that for years.
Homie, listen, all men, James and every man before us took the
man, it's hard to take the
you can't be a man if you can't take the because men's get over in life, brother. The men don't get their flowers till they're in the casket in the graveyard. Real men have never been patted on the back. They don't get congratulated. The basketball players do, but the who get up and go to work every day, make the sacrifices that you made to get over to make sure nigga ain't celebrating. They laugh at them and broke down their cars and truck.
Real shit.
But you laughing at them.
Yeah.
And that's you though. The man take pride in getting old. Nigga, all men get ugly when they get old. Just like the woman get ugly. They get wrinkled, they lose hair. It's the little boy want to be like his OG and be young forever. Every old man from Gregory, Red Fox, everybody got a bald spot, nigga. Everybody beard get raggedy. All teeth go to losing. Life is about losing, man. You're gonna lose your hair, you're gonna lose your teeth, you're gonna lose your sight, you're gonna lose your mother. So you better learn how to lose like a man, nigga. And bite down and don't cry to nobody about what you going through. Every you got over. Look at the divorce courts.
Yeah, that boy Ben Affleck.
But it feels good when you get over being a man. Swear, dude.
There were both positive and negatives. The positive was I've never heard you all cuss and yell and disrespect each other. But then it wasn't always pixie dust and rainbows either. Like there was a very healthy balance of a realistic relationship. And we don't see that a lot today. Social media really promotes these plastic, pretentious relationships where you got to do pranks and tricks and jokes and everything just has to be fun. And that's just not real life. The negative side for me has been, if you will, that the world doesn't make men like my daddy anymore. Right? So here I am with this desire, this image, this perspective of a man that I'm hoping for. And the world just doesn't make men like that. And I say the world because daddy wasn't necessarily a church going man. Right. He was raised right in a good home with good values, but it wasn't necessarily his faith that made him a good man, right? The world, you don't see that today in just men, and even sometimes the men that go to the church.
If there are no men in your DMs, okay, no one's in your DMs, no one's hitting you up, when you go to the club, no one's chatting to you, you're getting no attention, sis, you're on the right track. I'm telling you, you are on the right track. Because you know why? Especially if you're a pretty girl. You know you're a pretty girl. You know you're good looking. You're put together, everything like that. And no one's approaching you. It's because you're giving off the energy that you're not to be messed with. Think about it. Men are very sensible, okay? They may act like they're not, but they're very sensible. And they know a good woman from a mile off. They know who they can mess with. They know who they can get away with stuff with. And they know who's not to be messed with. And you are not one to be messed with. And they can see that from a mile off. So they're like, nah, not approaching that. Nah, not even going to try my luck with that because what's the point? They're going to try their luck with women that they think that they can get. They don't think they can get you. And that's a great thing. And keep on doing what you're doing, okay?
About y'all, but I'm just so tired of being a strong, independent man. I just want a woman to come into my life and just take all the weight off my shoulders. I can't do this alone. I'm tired of being a strong, independent man. I'm tired of it. Like, I just want to be at home, cook and clean, and then when my woman gets off of work, I can just give her meal and she can just lay down while I rub her feet. I just want to be her housekeeper.
Bro, it's men like you, bro, that make women think the men of this generation are just useless. Like, bro, like, the stuff you asking for are basic things to do. You just want to be lazy, bro. A woman shouldn't have to come take care of you, bro. You're a grown man asking for this. I think your do-rag may be tied a little too tight or something because all the oxygen can't be getting to your head and you just came on TikTok and said something crazy like that. Nobody's about to come on here and take care of you, bro. You're a grown man. I wouldn't be surprised if you were rolling on the other side, bro, because something ain't working right in your brain right now. Oh, yeah, I'm about to get all that.
She said, baby, when you pay all the bills by yourself, don't nothing turn me on but me. She wanted applause. for being an adult. This is what you do when you're grown. You pay all your bills by yourself. Some people, they got people that help them out. If you're a very attractive woman, sometimes they have a lot of people that help them out. Sometimes they don't even have to pay their own bills. But this is what you have to do when you're an adult. You want a cookie for being an adult? You want an applause for doing everything that grown people do? The only time you have help, more times than not, is if you're in a relationship and you and your partner live together, or if you're married and you and your partner live together and both of y'all are working. And in some cases, the man still pays all the bills. So I could see if you was in a relationship and you was paying all your bills, all of y'all bills, or you was married and you was paying all you and your husband bills, that would be different. But you're an adult. This is what we do. We pay bills. I'm about to get paid. I'm about to pay bills. Like, you're not a kid.
There's been a lot of conversation lately about women leaving good men or women walking away from a man that's a quote unquote good man. And I think a part of the problem is that a lot of men define themselves as good men and they actually aren't. These self-proclaimed good men think that they are because they don't cheat on women or beat on women. But it takes more to being a good man than not doing those things. And just because a man is a quote unquote good man doesn't mean he's the good man for you. Some of these quote unquote good men don't respect women. They weaponize their incompetence. They don't take care of their children. They're disrespectful. They consume manosphere, red pill content all day, and they think that women are beneath them. I feel like the men who are acting as if women are being too picky or we're looking for the perfect man if we don't want the quote unquote good guy, it's the same energy as saying for them to settle. It's like the saying goes, give a man 10 women and he'll keep looking. Give a woman 10 men and she'll choose. They want you to choose out of this small batch of men and say, hey, out of these 10 guys, which one do you want? Yeah, but there's more than 10 guys out there. And even if he's the nicest out of the 10, doesn't mean that he's what I want. These men want single women to say close enough. He's good enough. He'll do. But that's not what men say. They take their time. They're in no rush to find what they want, but they want to rush you along. They want to make you feel like you're up against the clock. You're running out of time. Your childbearing years are over. That's why they try to tell you that after 25, you're no good and all that. They have a vested interest in trying to hurry you up and picking one of them because they know if you actually took your time, they wouldn't even get picked.
If a man can't spend $75 or $100 on a first date, he just shouldn't be dating. If a man wants to take you on a walk or go for coffee on the first date, say no thanks and move on. And what do women commonly do to get ready for a first date, especially? New outfit, nails done, hair done, maybe buy some new makeup or perfume or jewelry. Jesse, it's not about the money. On the first few dates it is. On every date moving forward it is. When I was in my mid-20s, I think I was 25, a guy wanted to take me to the dog park for our first date because we both had dogs. I said, I'm not going to the dog park on our first date. And so he said, okay, well, what do you want to do? And in my head, I'm like, I'm already planning and we haven't even gone on the first date. So I said, you think about it and get back to me. And he never got back to me. Either he didn't like me enough or he thought that taking me out to eat was too much money, was too much effort, or he didn't have the money to take me out to dinner. Either way, not for me.
Men listen to this and then you wonder why they are just done with dating. Because why does he have to go all out on the first date when the purpose of the first date is to see if you even like each other? And for me personally, as the woman, I never put in much effort into the first date. Meaning my hair and makeup was the same that I had already done for the day. And the new dress in my closet, I didn't wear that until date number 5 or 6 that my fiance took me on. That was the expensive dinner date. And we threw some axes. My honest opinion is that women that demand these things on the first date, there's a reason for it. And unfortunately, it's because she doesn't typically make it to the second.
You're not losing your man because he doesn't love you. You're losing him because you don't respect him, okay? So just let that sink in for a minute and let me explain. Love does not keep a man. Respect does. And most women don't understand what that looks like for a man. It's not what you say. It's how you say it, your tone, your reactions, how you speak to him when you're upset and when people are watching, because you can say, I love you all day long, right? It's words. But if you interrupt him, correct him, roll your eyes, make him feel small, belittle him, that's disrespect. And men don't stay where they feel that. They don't argue forever. They will detach quietly. Less effort, less presence, less interest. And once he checks out, you don't bring him back with affection. he's already gone. You think being strong means challenging him, controlling everything, and needing to win, but that is not strength, especially feminine strength. That is ego. Respect looks like trusting his lead, listening without trying to overpower him, speaking in a way that builds him up and not breaks him down, okay? You don't lose your voice. You learn how to use it, because when a man feels respected, oh my God, he shows up different, more grounded, more driven, more intentional, more willing to actually lead you. So before you say he's not stepping up, ask yourself this: have you actually been giving him something worth stepping up for?
A lot of these modern women want men to be on a perpetual sort of courting, to where, I can understand, well, I want my man to bring me flowers, even after we stop, quote unquote, dating, even after we're in a relationship. But it's a little bit different, because while, your man should take care of you and do all of the nice things for you, modern women act as if they don't even know the man. Like he's somebody new. It'd be one thing, oh, this is my husband, but he still takes care of me. But modern women are acting like men who they're in a relationship with are perfect strangers. You got, every single day, you got to start from the bottom, like I don't even know you, and talk to me, treat me like I don't even know you. That means expensive and extravagant things. Every single time that you see me, you got to go get the car and bring me in a car and stuff like. And mind you, this woman has never really moved out of, oh, well, I got you a t-shirt. Oh, I got you a baseball cap from the gas station. She's not moved out of that. You see, in the beginning, she might have, oh, well, let me take care of dinner now. But now when she gets familiar with you, oh, well, let me get you a ball cap from the gas station. You want a Snickers bar every so often? I was at work and I thought about you, and I bought you 3-month-old Butterfinger. I bought you an ice cream cone that's been sitting in the freezer 3 months now. That's the type of stuff that they do to men. But they want a man to be fresh. They want a man to buy me expensive bags, give me the soft life on command. You should be doing it regularly. You should be doing it without me having to even ask, but also when I request it, and specifically what I ask for. What kind of deal, I ask you again? What kind of deal is that? What kind of man would want to partake in that deal?